Hello everybody, this is Mateo, and I'm just meeting you at the top of this here lighthouse because climbing up it is a bit of a pain, and we already did it once before. So we're just gonna go ahead and give Jasmine the medicine, who will then give it to the Ampharos, because it doesn't like eating from anybody else, apparently. Oh well, whatever, there we go. It is now all healthy and stuff, which means that Jasmine will go back to the gym, which is just great. So now we can battle her, and get our 6th badge immediately after getting the 5th one. But hey, that'll mean we're 3/4 of the way done with the adventure. Although we still have quite a bit of Pokemon, basically Pokemon stuff. We have a lot of Pokédex stuff left to do still. So that's a thing that'll need to be done beforehand, but, you know, we'll do what we can for now. So, why am I suddenly slightly out of breath? That's ridiculous. Breathe. Breathe. Okay, so it's getting kind of really desynced here, which is kind of unfortunate. I have no idea what's happening with it, honestly. Like, I haven't changed anything since the last time I recorded this. I'm still using the exact same setup, but for whatever reason, now it's just desynced, and I cannot fix it. It's really annoying. But that aside, yes, it's just so bad, especially during a gym battle, when there are all kinds of sound effects. Just annoying. Oh well. Here we have Jasmine. She is the Steel-type gym leader of this game, which is kind of interesting considering Steel-types were introduced in this generation, and so there aren't that many of them. She has a Magnemite, first of all, which is level 30. For whatever reason, she has not evolved it, despite the fact that it can. And it paralyzes stuff and then uses Thunderbolt, and it's actually kind of good. It does a ton of damage for being a Magnemite. If it were a Magneton, though, it would be much better. But Ariados can get the final Nightshade off and 2-hit KO. Ariados can 2-hit KO pretty much anything at his current level, as long as it does not have a really high amount of HP. Speaking of Pokemon with really high amounts of HP and defense in general, Steelix, Onix's brand new evolved form. And Steelix is really awesome looking. I'm actually going to be using Slowpoke for this fight. Let's see how that works out. It has Sunny Day, which is really annoying because of its ground typing, its ground steel typing, it's weak to water. But the Sunny Day will weaken water type attacks. So that's just all around bad. I mean, that was a critical hit and it only took out about 1/3 of its health. Luckily, she's going to be kind of dumb here and use Iron Tail, which isn't that effective, but it still did a whopping 34 damage considering. Although granted, Slowpoke is 7 levels lower, but still, look at how little damage that does. If we didn't get that critical hit, it would have taken 5 Surfs. Yeah, 5 Surfs, S-E-R-F-S. I have no idea why I thought of that. That's kind of really ridiculous. So I'm going to use this time to heal up Ariados instead, because I'm incredibly sure that if I use another Surf, she will just... Oh, of course she gets a critical hit. She will just heal this thing up. So I'm trying to stall out and either get rid of the sun, or so that Surf will do double damage again, or just letting Slowpoke faint, which seems to be the mode of choice here, and having Ariados use Nightshade. Hopefully it has 38 or less health remaining, which a part of me kind of doubts. So let's see if that doesn't work out here. Luckily, Steelix is really slow, and of course, it has just a slight... Ow, my ears! I hate Screech's sound effect in these earlier games. It is really grating. But of course, it survives with just a little bit of health left, and she gets the Hyper Potion, which means we get to start this up all over again. Okay, well, luckily, Nightshade is doing a little less than 1/3. Maybe even 1/3, I'll be able to better tell here. Yeah, it's doing 1/3, slightly more than 1/3 actually. So after this strike, we'll be golden. And then this is her strong... Whoa, okay. Yeah, Steelix is just a real powerhouse. In my opinion, it's the first really dangerous gym leader Pokemon. So you want to be really careful with it. Okay, well there we go. Well-earned level up by Ariados. And finally, she has yet another Magnemite, because yet again, there are barely any Steel types introduced in this game. There's Steelix, Magnemite, and Magneton, and Skarmory, and I'm pretty sure that's all of them for this generation. I used to think that Voltorb and Electrode were steel types, and well, I used to think that they were steel types as well, and that they had gained it just like Magnemite and Magneton, but nope, they're just general electric types, so alright then. But there we go, we beat Jasmine after a very tough battle with the Steelix, and then 2 rather easy battles with the Magnemites, and thus we get the Mineral Badge, our 6th badge. That wasn't too bad. See, they always say that, hey, this badge raises defense. I don't get how it does that. Like, honestly, what does it do? Were the badges originally meant to be used as items in battle, that they do that, kind of like an X defense or something like that? Maybe? I don't know, or... Because they've said that forever now. I'm pretty sure they got rid of that text. That it doesn't do that anymore, because, well, they just got rid of the ability, but, I mean, it might have been a beta idea for red, blue, and green, and yellow, or rather just red and green, I guess. But then they got rid of it, and I'm surprised that gym leaders in this game are still saying, hey, this badge raises defense, when, as far as I can tell, it doesn't do anything. Okay, so here we are now, going right from Ecruteak, because we've finished off the left side. And I see a Suicune. Let's go ahead and cut this bush thing. Suicune will only appear here if you have gone to, whatchamacallit city. The one where you fought Ucine and Chuck was there as well. Is that one Canalave? Pretty sure it is. And we also have some fruit-bearing trees, which have apricorns in them. And I'm pretty sure I still have yet to go pick up that other ball from Kurt, the one that I gave him way back when I first passed through the area. Pretty sure it was a white apricorn and I still have not picked it up. And I probably never will. Honestly, I will continue to forget it. Alright, well, notable thing about this route is Mount Mortar, as I hit my mic on accident, I apologize. But yeah, Mount Mortar is here. It actually has 3 entrances. And unfortunately, we really can't do much with it yet. We have to get an HM called Waterfall before we can explore the main sector of this place, the only real reason you'd come here. Or go in there, I guess. So, just a thing to note. This is Fisher Tully. He has a Quillfish, an interesting Pokemon that I'm currently using in my Pokemon Coliseum playthrough now. Remoraid was not working out well whatsoever because he was dying way too quickly because of his lower level. So I switched to a Quillfish instead. And of course it poisons me. I have yet to purify it though, so meh, But yeah, a really easy battle, but you want to make sure that you fight him and then get his number, because he is the trainer that gives you Water Stones, which is the most plentifully... It's the most used stone in the game by various Pokemon. So that's just a thing to note, and yeah, quite a few Pokemon evolve with Water Stone. Like Staryu, Cloyster, or Shelder, rather. Hey, you did? Is it a Moonstone? It better be a Moonstone. It's probably not gonna be a Moonstone. But yeah, talk to this guy, and yeah, definitely. Okay, so now we will possibly get Water Stones, hopefully, eventually. And that's all of the phone numbers that we need to get in the game. Anthony, Tully, the other fisherman that tells us when Quillfish are around, or is it Corsola? Shoot, I suddenly forget. Schoolboy Allen, the beauty girl whose name starts with an E, I do believe, and the picnicker below Goldenrod, yeah. I used to know all their names, but I apparently no longer do. Okay, Pokemaniac Shane sent out Nidorina, which is an alright Pokemon. Nidoqueen's kind of cool. Although, I must admit that I do have a deep hatred for Nidoqueens from about... it was last summer. I mentioned it before in my Banjo-Kazooie Let's Plays, where I was doing races of Pokemon Emerald randomizer, so you get random Pokemon. And in Route 101, the very beginning of the game, I happened to get a Sceptile, and I happened to catch it. Lucky me. But then I was fishing in another route in order to get another Pokemon, because it's a Nuzlocke, and so you only get one Pokemon. And the Pokemon that I got was a Nidoqueen, and I was like, alright, that's an alright Pokemon, good typing. So I tried to catch it, and it fainted my Sceptile, which I was really looking forward to using in my team. So yeah, ever since then, I have hated Nidoqueen. That and I always preferred Nidoking anyways, he just looks cooler with all of his spikes and whatnot. But that's just personal opinion. There's no real story behind that one. Alright, all of the Pokemon in this route are extremely weak. Like I've mentioned before, for whatever reason, the trainer levels Pokemon seem to cap at like 20-ish. Like this Dugtrio is gonna be 16. We're level 27, and although that's not so high either for this point in the game, it's still a really low level. I think... what level is... yeah, Meganium's level 36. I think Ariados is level 38-ish. It's just kind of really ridiculous how the levels have changed, and the only reason that Heracross is such a low level is because I just got him. But seriously, the levels, they are not increasing. We're past the 6th gym. Pokemon should be up in the 30s or something. At least 25-ish, maybe. No, definitely in the 30s, or maybe mid-30s-ish. I should really pay attention to that when I'm playing through another Pokemon game, see how the levels increase as I'm playing, and going through the gyms. But the Pokemon levels in this game are definitely a heck of a lot lower than others, as I've mentioned before. That's really my only major complaint with this game, just how freaking low the Pokemon levels are. It makes training overly difficult. Okay, well with that, especially if you're trying to get all 251 and so many require evolution by level up to evolve. Alright, in that route that we were just at during the night, I believe it's Route 42, we can catch a Marill, which luckily just barely didn't faint to my Heracross's tackle. So hopefully now this will be an easy capture. I am running out of balls. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, this town does not sell Pokeballs. It might sell the regular Pokeball, but Great Balls it definitely does not sell. And Ultra Balls still are not a thing. So yeah. Well, we got Marill, which evolves really quickly at level 18 or something close to that. So that'll be a quick and easy evolution. In fact, oh no. Paris, evolving at level 24 into Parasect. Parasect's an alright Pokemon aside from its many weaknesses. However, it does gain access to the ever so rare Spore move, 100% Sleep. So that's pretty good. Now, Marill is evolving at level 18, as I stated earlier, and it's just going to become a bigger and more rabbit-like Pokemon. That's about all there is to it. It gets pretty good in later generations once water can become a physical type with moves like Waterfall, but for now it's just kind of and I've never really liked Azumarill too much. Ah well. Here we have Nidoran female, I do believe, evolving it before Nidoran male for whatever reason, I have no idea why, considering how little I like it. But hey, we get a Nidorino, which has a cool color, especially in this game, but that's about it as in terms of me liking it, and it's really just a personal bias. Alright, so apparently my mother did buy me a Moonstone, which is just fantastic. And we're going to use that to evolve the Nidorina, I guess, instead of the Nidoran. Huh, why did I do this? I think I might have evolved to Nidoran female first because it shows up first in the Pokédex, and then Nidoran male comes out right after it. So that might have been my logic behind it. Oh, can we stop doing that? There we go. Okay, let's just use that Moonstone and then put this thing in the box away forever. Never see it again. Okay, Moonstone use. Alright there, our Nidorina, that looks like an Eevee. And it evolves yet again into something much more monstrous. Yep, quite a bit larger. And it really wants a hug. Okay, guess that's just maternal instincts for you, I guess. I really don't know. So yeah, after beating that gym, we're pretty much just going to be Dark Cave. Well, after beating that gym, it's basically going to be another supplementary episode from here on out. Oh, hey! Okay, so eventually, Hiker Anthony will actually finally call you about Dunsparce being in Dark Cave. And once he does that, you can go ahead and go catch one. Dunsparce is a normal type Pokemon with a really high HP stat and a really good move pool. But that's about as far as it goes. Its other stats are eh. And, you know, I really wish Dunsparce was more usable in these games. I'm hoping Gen 6 they give him a evolution of some sort to make him more usable. Because I would really like to use one. Maybe it has so many options. I mean, it's a really weird Pokemon. It can evolve into so many different things and be so many types. It can be a dragon, possibly, depending on how they design it, or ground type or something. But as it stands now, Dunsparce is just kind of meh. Although I feel like I must note that it is Tim's favorite Pokemon, and Tim, for those of you who don't know, is one of the 4 members of the VG Cave along with me. Which, speaking of which, the very first part just went up yesterday. So it's very exciting. We're kind of really shy about it, just because it was our very first recording session. But we get better later on, I swear. And it just gets a whole lot better, and I can't wait for that moment after the first recording session. Oh, hello, this is an interesting... Oh, goodbye. Okay then. Well, that aside, we at least now have it seen in the Pokedex, so we can track it down, but that will be later. Zubat evolves into Golbat at level 22, and then by max friendship it evolves into Crobat. I think it was level 40-something when it finally did that. It took quite a long time, but anyways, like I was saying earlier, I really can't speak ill of Dunsparce too much just because it's Tim's favorite Pokemon. And it's alright, I just wish it was better. Its design is awesome though, I love its design. It's just so weird, and, you know, weird isn't always bad. I mean, this is a good kind of weird. I'm just making it sound worse again, but I like it. And that's all that matters. Okay, so here at the Ruins of Alph, I believe right here, we have another puzzle that says Light, which means we have to use the Flash HM, one of the only times that we actually use it. So let's go ahead and teach that to a Pokemon. Which Pokemon will it be taught to? Probably one of the ones that we're just gonna evolve and get rid of. No, really not. Oh, okay, we're teaching it to Slowpoke, so yes, I guess. Slowpoke is kind of, in a way, the temporary 4th member, I guess. He's been around for a very long time, and even participated in some of the gym battles and regular battles, but we will be getting rid of him when we get the, when he evolves, which is kind of unfortunate, but I did use Slowbro in the last game, and he turned out to be really good. Okay, that is not the item I was looking for. Is this the item I was looking for? It is. It is another Moonstone. So now we can go and evolve Nidoran Male. Oh, can't grab that. Energy Root heals a ton of HP, but it makes your Pokemon happiness lower, and Heal Powder, I think, revives them. Thus we shall erect a Pokemon statue outside. I remember that one still from the very first Let's Play, somehow. Now, well, so with that, we can just go ahead and have Nidoran Male evolve at level 16, just like its female counterpart. And just look at this guy. This guy looks so much more fierce and ready to battle. And just wait till you see his final form. This isn't even his final form. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so just go in the menu, wrong button, of course. Oh, well, I'm showing off the level and whatnot stats. Okay, there we go. And Pack, let's go ahead and show his next evolution immediately. And thus we can put him in the box. But Nidoking is actually really good, especially in later games where he gets the ability Sheer Force. And he can be a special attacker or a physical attacker. He's just really well-rounded in terms of offenses. There you go, you have a Nidoking ready for battle, and I do believe that is it for this part. So I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.